So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a little taste of the blocks editor in action. So before I get into that, I want to show you how our application is currently laid out in terms of components though. So I'm going to go back to our design view by clicking on that designer button in the top right. So I'm going to go to the top right and click on this button here. And you'll notice that it'll take me right back to this view. So the components we currently have laid out in our application are 4 buttons and a label. So the buttons are, say, hello, how, are, and you. These are our 4 buttons, and then our label says buttons are below. And you'll notice that in our component section, I've labeled all of the buttons appropriate to what is inside their actual text field. So hello here says hello in the component section, how is how, are is are, and you is you. Great. So what is our goal for this particular video? Well, what I want to show you is how I can click on these buttons. So for example, if I were to click on hello, I can make our label say this particular button is clicked. So for example, if I click on hello, it'll say hello has been clicked. If I click on how, it'll say how has been clicked. And so on and so forth, right? So that's what that's our goal for this video. That's what we want our application to do. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on blocks to go back to our block section or our blocks editor. And now, as I've said, I want a block that can respond to clicks, right? So this seems like it would belong to our component specific section, right? In our blocks drawer. So I'm going to click on hello, which remember is our button, hello. And I'm going to look for a block that lets me respond to a click. So that's right at the top here, right? It says when hello.clicked, do this, right? So essentially that's like saying when this button has been clicked, do something appropriately. So that's what we want. So I'm going to left click and hold and drop that down. And then from there, I'm just going to click OK. Don't worry about that. So from there, I'm going to look for something that allows me to change our labels text. So that looks like it's another component specific block, right? We want to change this labels text. So we click on it, the drawer opens, and now we're going to look for something that allows us to change that text. So set label text looks like what we want here. So I'm going to left click and hold and drag that out. Now, this is how we combine blocks. So you'll notice I have a notch that goes out right here, right? From our click block. And you'll notice I have a kind of a notch taken out of our set block. So it does look like these come together like a puzzle piece, right? Well, in fact, they do. So I'm just going to click my set block, whatever block I'm going to put into the other, I want to grab that one. So left click and hold, and you'll notice when I can place it in there, or if I can, a little yellow line appears in that notch. So yellow line, no yellow line, yellow line, no yellow line. And if I place it where I don't see the yellow line, it won't do anything. But if I do see the yellow line, you'll notice it snaps right into place. And then I could drag the parent and they both move. That's how we know they're connected. Great. So right now it says when we click hello, when hello is clicked, do set our label text to, right? Pretty readable. But we don't have anything we're going to set it to yet. So we need a text component or a text block here that we can set our text to. So now we're going to get into the built-in section of our blocks drawer. And as you probably guessed, we're going to go down to that text portion. I'm going to click on that, and I want a block that's going to allow me to put some text inside of it. And as you probably guessed, it's this one at the top. I left click and I hold it, and I'm just going to snap it right in without even putting it down. I'm just going to look for that yellow line and then release. And there you have it. So I'm saying set label text to nothing. But if I click inside of that, I can let it say hello has been clicked, right? And we know hello has been clicked because we're saying when hello is clicked, we want to set our label text to hello has been clicked. So if everything went properly, we should be able to run our application now and things should work. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to pull up my phone. You notice there's my phone here. And I am going to connect to it. So I'm going to say AI Companion. That'll give me the code, and I'm just going to scan that. So notice I scanned it, snapped it. And if everything went properly, when we click on that hello button, it should change our text, right? So notice it does say buttons are below, and it says hello, how are you? Now if I click hello, let's cross our fingers. There you have it. Hello has been clicked. Awesome. So now let's add one more button to this. The way we're going to add one more button to this is we could certainly do the same thing. We could say, go to how and then drag that in, then go to our label, drag that in. But an easier way to do it is to just duplicate it, right? So the way we would do this is we'd look for the block encompassing everything. We'd right click it and then just click duplicate. And you'll notice we have the exact same block, right? And then from there, you'll notice, remember I told you if there's an error, it'll be greater than 0 here. So it's saying there's an error, and then it's showing where the error is. These two blocks. So we'll click on the error to see what the error is. It says this is a duplicate event handler for this component. So it's a short way or a long way of saying you have two of the exact same thing here. So we're not going to worry about that. The way we're going to fix that error is we're going to go to this middle portion that says when hello, and we're going to click hello. And this will allow us to select another button. We're going to select that how button. So it says when how has been clicked, set label text to, and as you probably guessed, we're going to say how now instead of hello. So let's go ahead and do that. How has been clicked. So now it should just immediately update our application on our phone without having to do anything. So now if I click how, it says how has been clicked. And then if I click back to hello, it says hello has been clicked. So we've just made our first application, and hopefully you got a little taste of our blocks editor in action. Great, guys. I'll leave the other two buttons to you to kind of get a little more experience with the blocks editor, and I will see you in the next video.